In today's video, we're going to break down how long accounts really take to remove, and you're going to learn which accounts are going to give you the highest credit score increase once you remove them. Now, here's the reason we're doing this. I get so many questions about the process, and so many consumers don't understand the process, and because of this, it's not understood why accounts take so long to remove them from a credit report. And I actually had to spend a lot of time today unnecessarily explaining this on the phone, and this is something that I explained in my videos. So here's another one that is going to explain the process. Now, did you know that some of these accounts are actually impossible to remove? Did you know that some just can't be disputed at all? Did you know that bureaus have 45 days due to COVID to investigate instead of 30? Did you know that the bureaus aren't responding to millions of consumers? It's not just you. It is most definitely not just you. It is millions of consumers. Did you know that you can't force the bureaus, the creditors, or collectors to do anything at all? Like anything? Can you force your spouse to do something or your children? No. So why would you be able to force the bureaus, creditors, or collectors? Did you know that when the bureaus do not respond, it actually says in their system that they did? Did you know that most of my clients actually worked with other companies on average for 2 years prior to coming to me? And did you know that the FCRA was enacted because the bureaus don't do what they're supposed to? Well, yeah, that's exactly why it was enacted. So, did you know that your disputes are handled by computers and artificial intelligence? It's not people. Your letter doesn't get there and they're all sitting around a table drinking coffee and talking about how they can help you. They're not your support team at the hospital or something, dude. Like, no, it's a computer, okay? Now, if you don't know me, my name is Kristen, and I have over 460 videos right here on YouTube that show you how to do this yourself for free. Now, you can go down into the description and access a ton of resources. Basically, just click on the link, go to the subscriber hub. It is 100% for free, and you are going to find what you're looking for. Now, you can also schedule a call one-on-one with me to see if I can take over your file myself and get you better results than what you're getting right now. Just use that second link. All right, so here we go. Timing per dispute type. Now, I broke this down into 3 very, very simple categories, and we're going to go over the average times. So, student loans, bankruptcies, and foreclosures take the longest to remove from your credit report. Now, let me just pause right there. I forgot to add this. So, one of the things that people don't realize is that each bureau is a separate entity, right? So when you write your disputes, you're not writing one letter to all 3. You're writing 3 separate letters that go, one to Experian, one to Equifax, and one to TransUnion, right? So they actually tell you on the phone when you say, hey, this other bureau removed this, why didn't you? They're going to tell you, hey, well, we interpret, they actually use the word interpret, the FCRA independently, and that is why they removed it and we didn't, because we verified it, right? It makes absolutely no sense, and we're not going to go into that right now. However, the entire point is that when you are disputing something, you might have one bureau remove the account, and now it's still on those other 2 bureaus. So you have to attack them individually, they come off individually, and you really can't use them against each other because it just doesn't work. All right. So student loan bankruptcies and foreclosures are the most difficult to remove from your credit report. They normally only take 6 to 9 months, or an average of 9 months to remove. However, right now, with them not responding in our current global situation, they're taking 9 to 12. Now, charge-offs, repossessions, and anything else that's banking related. So a repossession or, defaulted loan, anything where there is a bank related, it is normally an average of 6 months, but right now it's taking an average of 9. So medical, utility, and collections, normally only 30 days, but right now they're taking an average of 90 days. So here's the thing to remember. The bureaus were given additional timing by the courts, right? So they don't have 30 days. They have 45 days per investigation. So this is where this additional timing's coming in, plus the fact that they get like 1.5 million letters per month, okay? So they're not responding. They are overwhelmed. There's a ton of people, millions and millions and millions of people that are disputing, okay? It is not just you. So they are behind, and they're doing everything that they can to reject your disputes. All right, so another thing that you need to look at is, are you using a method that actually warrants results, right? So first, it's looking at the category. How long do I normally have to remove this? Is it 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or 12 months? Then are you using a method that actually is going to get you results, right? So here are 4 different categories of disputes: factual, identity theft and online, law heavy, and random. So factual, this is by far the fastest way to get permanent results. So the reason is that we're using arguments created based on facts from the credit report. So normally a deletion means it is permanent. Now with identity theft and online disputes, these methods can bring faster results, but they're usually temporary, right? So once the bureaus find out that you lied with identity theft, it's 10 times more difficult to remove the account. Online disputes normally achieve, temporary results, but they're also normally reinserted. And you actually agreed to this happening when you signed up online for the online disputes. Just saying. Law heavy templates. So these are normally sent by consumers who are either malinformed or don't know there's actual better way to get permanent results, or by companies, because companies know that it is a great way to drag someone along for 3 to 5 years and collect as much money as possible without having to show them anything and without having to put any work in it, right? So if you are with a company and they're sending out results, that is the reason why. They don't have to do anything. They import your credit report, they click a button, and out pops your dispute. Where's the work in that? Couldn't you have done that literally the same thing yourself by looking it up online, putting your information in and hitting enter? Hello? Anyways, the one that takes the longest is random. Now, what I mean by random is you're going from let's just say a 1681 request for investigation, then you're doing a factual, then you're doing online, then you're doing a 609, then you're doing identity theft, and then you're wondering, hey, can I do a CFPB complaint? So another random example would be straight out of Scott and Allison's book, where the entire letter makes no sense. It's just completely and totally jumbled nonsense, except for the creditor name and the account number, right? Now, my question to you is, why wouldn't this take so long, right? So the bureaus are in the business of keeping this information on your credit report. More inaccuracy is more money for the bureaus and more money for the creditors, because a lower credit score is going to be a higher APR for the creditor, which means more money, right? And on the bureau side, that in-person information is going to be more expensive for the creditor to purchase. And if it were that easy, loan officers would guarantee their commission by offering the service themselves. They don't do that because it's not guaranteed. It is not certain. It takes too long. There's no statistics that say that they should invest in something like this, so on and so forth. Okay, so if it's that easy, then number 1, why are you watching this video? Number 2, why haven't you done it already? And number 3, if you can get your taxes done at Walmart, why can't you get your credit done at Walmart? I mean, come on now. All right, so I mapped out this process for you to visually see what I'm talking about. So we have 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months, or 3 to 6, 6 to 9, and 9 to 12. Obviously, we have a starting process, and these are our example accounts. So we have 3 charge-offs on all 3 bureaus, 3 credit cards with late payments on all 3 bureaus, 3 regular collections on 2 bureaus, and by the end of the 6th month, we have no collections. But we do have 3 charge-offs, 1 removed 100%, 1 remains on 3 bureaus, and 1 on 1 bureau. As you can see, we did get results in between the 3 to 6 mark and the 6 to 9 mark, right? And then we have 1 credit card with no lates, 1 credit card with 1 late, 1 credit card on 2 bureaus with late, right? So by the time we get to phase 4, which is 9 to 12 months, we have 1 charge off on 1 bureau, which can be attacked using the CFPB complaint process for violations. We have 1 credit card with late on 1 bureau, which we can also go after them with the CFPB, but it's really just advisable to overshadow your negatives with positives at that point, because you've basically exhausted all your remedies. The only thing that is left is either A, waiting, B, suing, C, CFPB, or D, building up your credit, because you don't have that much on there. one of the misconceptions about fixing your credit is that you're going to be 100% done by X period of time. And it doesn't work like that. I don't know why or where these people get this information from. What videos are you watching? Who's telling you this information? Why do you think it's going to be this easy? Like, I'm not trying to, pass judgment. I'm not trying to, be rude. I'm not trying to be any of that. I'm just being real with you. Like, where are you getting this information from? It does not work like that. This is the one thing that is going to allow you to get from where you are now, not being able to do this, or this, to where you want to be, where you don't have to worry about what you can't do, because it's going to be all about what you can do. So if you can't even get a $200 unsecured credit card right now, why are you asking questions about or thinking about why it's so easy to get to this $500,000 loan that you want, or a $10,000 loan that you want, when you can't even get that $200 secured or unsecured card? Like, it's because these things aren't easy. They're not meant to be easy. These regulations and laws and processes are in place to keep us in our place. They're not in place to help you, move forward. They're for us to fail, right? So it's all about finding the key to moving forward. All right, so as far as scores go, assuming that you do have positive accounts to uphold a higher credit score, around 3 to 6 months, you should be able to, using that example, get a 40% average point increase. 6 to 9 months would be 65, and 9 to 12 would be 100. All right, so once again, that is just using those the account examples that I just gave you on the previous slide. All right, so another thing that you want to look at is that one type of account or two types of accounts are going to give you the highest score increase. So a lot of people make the mistake of going after all these little menial collections when their one charge-off is going to get them a significantly higher score increase than their 15 little collections, right? So 44% is going to be charge-offs and public records. 29% is going to be collections and late payments, 18% inquiries, and 9% unknown. So most of your score increase and impact will come from the removal of charge-offs and other banking-related items. All right, so I hope this is making sense. Now, what you can do from here, as we just went over, pay special attention to the most difficult accounts, because removing them will raise your score the fastest. Use a tracker to maintain a record of the reasons that you use, results, and responses, and don't dispute without a plan. That's also one of the biggest mistakes that consumers make, is just jumping into this without researching, without studying, without planning, without looking for resources. You can't do that. You can't do that. If you do, you're going to end up doing this wrong. Or if you just do what sounds good, like, hey, this person said that I can get, 100 points in 30 days, but I have to do a police report. Well, why don't you walk into a police station and say, hey, Mr. Sergeant behind the desk, I need to make a police report, a false police report, wink, wink, because I have stuff in my credit report that belongs to me that I need to dispute as not mine. Do you think that I can get a police report? Well, you can send me your answer from jail, all right, because that's illegal. So anything that sounds too good to be true in this industry is going to be too good to be true, meaning that it is going to be 100% bullshit. And you need to be able to know what is bullshit and what is not bullshit. And that is why we do these videos, okay? So if you want to actually learn how to do this the right way, as I mentioned, I have 460 videos going back to the summer of 2016, all right? You can find them right here on YouTube. This is not the only video that I have. Go to my main channel and start browsing, okay? I also have playlists, all right? The second thing that you can do is throw your hands up in defeat and not do anything. I don't want you to do that, because that means that they win, all right? What you can do instead is click on the other link to schedule a one-on-one call with me, and I will see if I can get you better results, all right? Or I can see if I can help you if you haven't done anything at all, all right? Now, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you are safe. And if you currently have snow right now, I'm totally jealous. Living in Vegas and all coming from New York. But anywho, have a wonderful day. Make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell for notifications because I don't want you to miss a video that is going to change everything for you. All right, have a great one. I will see you later. We have another video coming out between tomorrow and Wednesday for part 3 of the reinsertion series on what to do if the first and second methods don't work. All right, take care. See you later.